Got it.
That
Oh,
just
hi,
gives
Cam
me
fam.
comfort. Yes. All right. Hey, Cam fam. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we're actually going to be doing our creature creation station. And so we're talking about creatures from the realm of EverLore. You guys can learn a little bit more about EverLore through our social medias. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Discord, YouTube, and TikTok at EverLoreGame. You can also find us at our website, which is ManChildLTD.com. There you will find some swag like the gear that we have on, our core books like our Monsters Menagerie, which we're going to be adding to. You can also find us on our live streams, which are one is Evermore with EverLore. That's every Thursdays from 6:50 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's actually this time. And then another one is Essence of EverLore, and that airs on Mondays from 6:45 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Essence of EverLore at twitch.tv/Essence of EverLore. And you can catch Evermore with EverLore at twitch.tv/EverLoreGame. With that being said, we are going to talk about this beastie tonight. And so, guys, let's just dive right in. I will
Right.
let you know, I was actually at the doctor giving blood, and well, not giving blood, they were drawing blood. And the nurse that I've seen over the years, he was really interested in this drawing, and he came up with the name Preymantalin. I liked
Ooh.
it. So give a shout out to the
Yeah.
nurses out there.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the nurse.
Yeah.
EP for you.
Go
Right.
medical team.
So that's the Preymantalin. But
Hey,
let's.
I get a CP. I roll with it.
So let me give you a little closer view on this guy here. So there's no beards or tentacles on this. No confusion.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got you. But he does have eyes, right?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. I got you.
All right. So what are we thinking about these guys?
So immediately, what I'm thinking, probably the most noticeable feature on these guys is like, don't nod your head at me, Uriah. Don't give me that smug grin. Immediately what I see is like the flat head. It's a very defining feature. And so I feel like it should be like an important part of the design. I'm just gonna go off the rip and say that these guys can like turn into a ball and roll around really fast.
Interesting.
Actually, I have that. There's another race that we have.
These guys do it better. I'm messing with you.
I was gonna say the most noticeable feature was the mud like bottom and then the green/grass or maybe mossy
It's because his
torso
arms are sore
area.
from rolling.
And so I was thinking more camouflage and ambushing with these guys when I saw them.
That's fair.
Like potentially either being buried underground or some sort of hiding in wooded areas that gives them
actually, that's a really good idea. Like they could like dig into the ground a little bit and then their head would be like flat. So like when somebody walked across it, they could like hop up out of the ground and then swipe them up.
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
I saw these guys as like, I like the idea of the camouflage and ambush predators. I didn't necessarily see them as far as digging in the ground, but I saw them as like speed. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
To me, that's what came out when I was thinking about this. Like speed, agility, things like that.
So then they more or less stalk their prey there. So like a lion, a pack of lions. Is that what you're saying? Will come down at speed?
Not necessarily like a pack of lions. I'm thinking more like a cheetah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see these guys as being in huge numbers, but they could be in big family groups. I don't know. But I see them as being like extremely fast over sort of shorter periods, like bursts, versus like a wolf that's can go for days.
Okay. Well then,
So like
I like that. So if that's the case, then let's keep the unit small. So they will
Yeah.
have a large size, maybe 2, 3,
I'm
4
also
max.
Yeah. I'm also noticing that these guys have like a really big tail compared to their body and like opposable thumbs, if I'm seeing that correctly at the
That
bottom.
is correct.
I'm thinking with these guys, they would like be able to chase things through trees really well.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Like they would be able to like use their hands to lift themselves up over things. They could like grab on, climb up really well.
So great climbers.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys were saying like family units about what size?
I said I was going like max 4.
Hmm.
Uriah, I haven't heard from you, sir.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking like
How big? Like how big do we think they are physically? Because I
Hold on,
think that
Anthony,
would determine.
wait. Anthony, hold on. Uriah was talking, dude.
I was just thinking like about what they could do potentially. If they're fast and agile and they seem to like be good climbers, they have this camouflage ability. I mean, these guys are kind of crazy already. I don't really know, like you know what I'm saying? Because these guys are already beastly. I don't know what to give them other than.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't worry about what to give them. What are they? You know what I'm saying?
I guess I think I agree with Stitch in that they shouldn't be in huge groups.
Okay.
And I do like the speed and agility thing. Since they are predators, I'm guessing they're carnivorous, or are they omnivores?
I would think omnivores.
Okay.
No, I mean maybe heck, yeah, carnivorous.
Okay, and then are they? What level of sentience are we talking about? Like semi, or just like
I would
no, or are they like?
What do you guys think?
I would say
got my
semi.
idea.
I think that they're like smart enough, like maybe a crow or something, to like solve puzzles, but primarily they're just like an animal.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, I would think like a smart alien. Alien.
Hey, well, that is a different creature right there. Whew.
Smart animal.
Okay.
So they operate more on instinct, but they do have like base intelligence.
Yeah.
Which means they can become pets.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
They can be
terrifying.
trained.
Wow.
Well, actually, I could see some like big bad guy like leashing one of these off on us or something.
Wow.
How do they communicate?
Telepathically.
I agree.
I was gonna say like because of that tongue, I would say that like their like neck and throat and mouth are really well developed. I would say they have like really loud screeches they would use or something.
I think that's an ability. I think they actually communicate telepathically.
Well, I think that helps too with the honey party, because they coordinate their attacks, and you might have somebody chasing the prey a certain area, the other two going to pounce on them. So I think that makes more sense.
I don't know.
Also,
they have a really flat head. I don't think their brains would be strong enough to telepath.
Hey! Their brains could be very strong. Okay, maybe
their
that
brains
is
are flat. That thing is
Their
built
bra-
like a plate.
maybe their brains is in their stomach. Okay, you don't know.
This
But-
dude.
Right.
Dude has a brain, but like a pizza pan.
but what I will say is, you know how like you can train, or like potentially you could train apes and or gorillas or things like that with sign language. I wonder if these guys could also use hand can or some variation.
Well, I mean, I was looking. Mika says, they move like primates. How they move and climb, and then Pocket was saying sign language.
Yeah.
I think they could be taught sign language, but I don't think that's how they naturally communicate, because that to me denotes intelligence.
Yeah.
So I would think that as far as their communication, it might be like through a combination of like growls, things like that, or like using their tongue even through pheromones.
I think the pheromones would be like a cool side piece for like the way they speak. Like they could use that just to admit like, their mood, whether they're like angry, upset, frustrated, or happy, content. But like I feel like just the various growls or screeches would be that personally is how I feel like they should
Yes.
communicate.
I was thinking as far as the pheromones, more sort of like how lions mark their territory.
Oh yeah,
you're
that
made
would be
on a
valid
tree
then, yeah.
to tell people, hey, this is my territory. So it's not like direct communication, but
And
it's
what if it was like just a really nasty odor that like anything could detect?
I mean, but then
They
how do
look
you
like
know?
they look like it would smell bad.
I don't.
Go on, Uriah.
I don't. Well, I guess my thing is like, then how would you know? Like, you just walk in, you're like, man, these woods smell stinky. But then, like, what if it normally does? Because there's rotting animals and stuff all over the place. Anyway, like,
I mean, animals don't usually normally rot. Something would come up and eat it pretty quick, especially in EverLore.
or like feces or whatever. Just what, like, I mean, it's the woods. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
always smell the best anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
and
but,
agree. Mika
and
said
then
no
too-
because then they couldn't hide.
Right, and
I'm
also
saying
too,
if they're
That's true.
going around stinking up the place, you're just gonna know it. So
exactly. That's what I was about to say.
go on, Mike. What?
I was gonna say the same thing because their prey would know, hey, I'm not going here because they're here. They marked it up, so I'll
Yeah.
avoid this territory because I know.
I would think that pheromone would be just communication between them. Sort of, this is our territory. Our pack is stronger than your pack. Don't come in here.
Yep.
Things like that.
all right then, I got you.
All right. What area do they like live in?
Like woods with really big
The
trees.
clouds.
Okay.
No, I think wooded areas.
With like really tall trees too. They like to get up in there.
Oh, wait. I agree. I think wooded areas. I also think swamps.
Yep, that's another thing I was gonna say. I think swamps would be because like they look swampy,
All right.
Yeah, I think they could do stuff like that. Yeah.
So like woodlands, wetlands.
Yeah.
Woodlands, wetlands,
Alright.
yeah.
Can they breathe underwater?
I think
Yeah.
they can hold their breaths for I don't know. Can they?
Yeah.
They
With
low
their
key
tongue.
look amphibious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
With their tongue.
Yeah.
With their tongue?
Yeah. It absorbs oxygen through their tongue. It's got a.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
like-
No. What if it could
Yeah.
like? What if it did
Yep.
not? What
Yep.
if it like its tongue looked like a plant or something when it came up out of the water, and then its head would also look like land a little bit. So
I
like
like that.
something would like go over to it, and then it could like
Yep.
make bubbles that like it sends to its lungs using the tongue. So
So
then
the
it could
tongue
like
is like
bait
a
something
lure.
to come over. Then because it's sort of but it also lets them get air while they're sitting underwater. That and then with the
Well,
shape of their head, it could be like a moss formation.
I think the idea with the tongue, what they were saying is that it actually allows them to breathe while underwater, so fully submerged.
Right.
So they don't have to stick their tongue into the air to get
Right.
air.
Yeah.
No.
That would just to get prey.
Wait,
Right.
how does their tongue help them breathe underwater then?
It absorbs oxygen.
Because we
Yeah.
can.
And that's what I was saying. They stick their tongue out as they're swimming, to constantly get that oxygen.
What? I'm so lost. So why wouldn't they just do it like a frog where they get it through their skin? then?
Because these guys are not frogs. They're these guys.
Because they have a big tongue, so they wanted to do something with it.
Mhm.
Does their tongue
Okay.
have a toxin?
Huh?
I feel like their tongue just has a really good grip strength. Prehensile tongue, they can really snag somebody up with those.
Is it when you say toxin? Do you think toxin as in poison, or is it like toxin as in acidic thing? Is it toxin as in
I was thinking
digestible?
I was thinking like maybe like a poison or like a paralysis. So like if they lick you, the saliva gets in and paralyzes you.
I'm not necessarily I'm not feeling that just because we're seeing that they could chase their prey down. And so I see they try and paralyze their prey. It's almost more of a stealth type attack versus, hey,
If they have anything poisonous, I feel like it would just be like, the spit in their mouth. Like if they bite something or like tongue lash something, that would poison them. But like, I don't necessarily think that's something I even want to do,
I think I agree with Stitch in that they do chase it down. I don't think they have paralysis. However, I'm not against them having some sort of weird fluid, but I don't think it should be like on their tongue, at least for full effectiveness. Maybe perhaps like a Venus flytrap, they like when they have their prey or eat their food or something, instead of the fluid to digest, it, I don't know, is acid like or something, so they can spit it or something. I don't know.
Hey, Mika said, use the tongue like a whip or a grabber.
That's what I'm saying. Like their tongue would have really good grip strength. So if something goes to mess with it while they're in the water, sticking their tongue out, they could just, pull down on it, and then it's drowning underwater, and it has to deal with this giant creature swiping at it.
Could you imagine having to eat while holding your breath?
Yeah, well,
that's what I think the spit could be for. If it's like little bit as like acidic, it could like.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I was about to respond to Pocket because he said, wouldn't the acid wash off? I wasn't thinking that they like eat their prey in the water, and they're not always in the water.
No, they definitely aren't.
I was thinking that they have a lair. They catch their prey and take it to their lair. So like, what's their lair like? Are they like beavers where their lair is accessed through the water?
Yes.
I would say
like underwater caves or something like that.
Yep.
I was going to say they would pick particularly like big trees, and then they would like make a sort of hole towards near to where the top is, since they're good climbers. But like they could have different kinds of houses. Like, they could develop like a sort of dam that they live in where it's like a large, thing of wood where there's like space in the middle they can swim under to get to. They can, make it in a tree where they can climb up to it. Generally places that are like harder to get, off the beaten path, that takes some skill to get to.
All right, I like that. So underwater cave, large, hole in a large tree or something like that. Maybe even on a cliff face.
Oh yeah, cliff face, definitely. That's actually a kind of sick one. The only thing is it would have to be like a woodsy or swampy area with a cliff face. I don't know how common those are, but if it exists, then yeah, I suppose.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, you can definitely find that. Okay, so what are their abilities? Uriah, you ready? What are their abilities?
Well, so we talked about camouflage. I think that their camouflage should so like the green parts, depending on what, like if they're in a swampy area or a muddy, murky water or something, the green and or the brown parts of them change to fit the ratio to like increase their camouflage. So if they're in like extremely mossy water, then like there's more green, like it's not as much brown on their skin or whatever it is.
Like a chameleon.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like only for the colors green and brown?
Well, yeah, because I think they stick to stuff like that.
Yeah, I would be okay with that. Yeah. So basically, they get like a bonus to stealth, but like a decent one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I would even take that a little step further. So like, yeah, I would say that it tends to stay greenish brown, but if they're on a cave wall, it might desaturate. You know what I'm saying? So that it doesn't stand out so much. You know
that's
so it would be a plus to stealth.
It could be kind of gray too. That goes hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Hey, real quick, Mika said, wait. Primate like beings that live in the water. Why not something up high?
Well, that's what we are doing that. They are versatile. So a lot of them they can live in forests. And so when they're in forests, they're in like the canopies of the trees and stuff like that. But they are amphibious, so they can also live in water.
Yeah.
I think wait, what were we were talking about abilities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I think they should have the ability. Go ahead.
no, I was saying you go ahead.
I was going to say these guys look primarily strong, and I like the way that they have the opposable thumbs. I would say it wouldn't be uncommon for them if they're fighting something and not necessarily hunting it, just to like pick up a large piece of earth and like just chuck it at their enemy, because like we're going for like the kind of ape-like thing. They have like really long arms, so they would have like a really good throwing arm. So I feel like they would have an ability to like pick something up and throw it for a decent chunk of damage.
I like that. I wouldn't even say just to throw it. I mean, apes can pick up, sticks and bang it on the ground and stuff. So, I mean, rudimentary weapons, I don't see them as like carrying weapons around, but I can see them being, intelligent enough to use the resources that are around them.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm just saying, like, if they're fighting something, like it's combat and not necessarily hunting, they would throw something to hurt something, and they would deal like good damage off that because they have a really good throwing arm.
I think they like
ability of
I like that. I think they should have a headbutt. They seem like they have a hard head, and if they're fast, I think that when they chase down their prey or something, they could also like just ram into it just real hard.
Yeah, no, I'm actually confused about that. What is the shape of this head? Is it like just circular and flat sort of all the way around, or is like the front like does it come out a little bit like a hammerhead shark somewhat?
I mean, it does come out a little bit further, so it's sort of like that, but it's round on the top.
Okay, all right, I can see that. Then I agree with the headbutt thing. I think it's structured for that well.
But you see them running and then doing this? I see them sort of like leaping and slashing.
Oh yeah. Okay. What if they could use the headbutt to like knock down a tree so they could build their dams?
Well, no, I mean, if we're going to give it a headbutt, we'll just say headbutt, and they can.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, these things are going to be absolute menaces. Black Air Force energy. So what I'm thinking is that they could use what?
Black Air Force energy. Wow.
It's the shoes. Okay, whatever. Anyway, these guys, I'm thinking that they're a menace, right? So like with this headbutt, it would deal a lot of structural damage. They could use this to take down walls, to get through to something they want. They can use it to knock down trees.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. So if you barricaded yourself, in a house, you better pray that your walls are like dang sturdy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, that makes it really useful as a pet because it's like a battering ram somewhat.
I like that. So it's like to breach things. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
I think maybe its bite might have something, like the fang may have something with it. I don't know yet.
How about maybe instead of the fang, the claws?
Okay.
Because
but they have opposable. Well, yeah, I guess they
have opposable thumbs, but like their hands end in sharp points from what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean they have claws, so I mean I'm thinking instead of their bite being whatever poisonous or whatever you want to say, maybe it's in the claws, is what I was thinking. I just see them as being like fast, ripping into you.
Yeah, you're saying like ta 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 ta. I can see that.
So if we do want to do that, what do we want it to be?
I
mean,
90d12.
No. No.
I would say like for each one, it would deal 3d8 immediately, and then like an extra 3d8 of bleeding damage that like occurs the round after it's
bleeding. That I think that's good.
Because like it accentuates like how deep the cuts are from this thing.
And so 1 round of bleeding damage.
Yeah, but that happens like the round after you get hit. And then we could also say that like leaves a blood trail that makes it easier for this thing to follow you.
So like superior tracking.
Yeah, that would be essentially what I'm going for, yeah.
I think they should have shade sight.
Okay.
I can see that.
How long do they live?
I would say these guys can live up to like 300 years.
Jesus.
Oh my
Dang.
Yeah, no, okay, but like hear me out, right?
That's like 10 times what I was thinking, but okay.
Yeah, oh my
Like hear me out,
whoa.
right? I'm thinking that these guys are like huge. They low-key remind me a little bit of like the way they look like turtles or lizards.
I wouldn't see them as being huge though. I mean, because they live in trees and stuff. So I
And they're
wouldn't see them as being,
agile
like,
too and quick.
I mean, I don't think they would have to be huge, but like, I mean, you guys saw that the other things were like 8 foot. I was thinking this would be 9 foot or something.
Yeah, I was not thinking that.
What?
I was thinking like 3 feet max.
You were
like,
thinking
or
this
maybe
thing was
more,
3 foot?
I was thinking 6.
Yeah, I was thinking about 5.
Yeah.
They chasing prey. It's gonna take 4 of them to get that prey. They can't be super tall.
Yeah.
I mean, things can like be a larger. Okay, who clearly...
Oh wait, are you thinking 6 like when it's standing straight up?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're
I
in the
was
same
definitely
page.
saying like 6 foot when it's slouched over like that. No, you guys, what? How is that thing not gonna be big? Okay, no. Hold up, we're talking about this. Why can it not be 8 foot? Explain.
From when the element training wants to party wipe.
I'm just saying.
Here's my thing.
Wanted this thing
If
to be a
they're
menace.
if they're jumping through trees, I mean, they're going to be flying, jumping on branches, things like that. If they're super massive, then they're going to be falling out of those trees like all day long. You know what I'm saying? But if they are smaller, you know, then they are more agile and better able to do that. I mean, maybe we could compromise. Maybe we can say like the ones that primarily live in wetlands in the water grow larger.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, but hey, check
I'm
it.
fine with that. Yeah.
Not 300 years. Let's give them maybe 15.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like 300 years works because they have this skin that like.
I was like maybe
dinosaurs,
like anywhere between 20 to 40 years. I was thinking.
20 to 40.
I'll give you 40. I was thinking 30. So we can go for I'm sorry. I don't see, especially with, you know, I just don't see them as being 300.
I was definitely thinking of a different creature than you guys. Dang. I was thinking of like this hulking menace. But oh wow. Okay. All right then. My bad. Dang.
That's funny.
Well, I'll try to design an Uber one for you, Anthony.
Can you give it a helmet?
All right. So I think we've covered them. Anything that we feel we left out?
I mean, I feel like they should be 9 foot.
Oh wait, what can its tail do? Does the tail just help it with the
prehensile tail?
Yeah, I would definitely say prehensile.
Yeah,
it helps it with, you know, moving around and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so they should have a tail attack.
Yeah. I think so.
All right. And I would think that the tail attack would be pretty beefy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because that's a healthy little tail there.
Oh yeah, that is a big tail. I feel like it would be able to hit like basically anything around them.
Okay. Tail attack, shade sight. They have a thick skull for the running ability. Is their skin super durable? So like increased vestment, or
I was thinking that as well. Yeah. Then again, I was also thinking this was a 9 foot monstrosity. So
here's my thing. I think they look durable, but in the context of the size and agility, I don't think they're hurting crazy for vestment.
So okay, so what are you saying?
I'm saying maybe perhaps it has increased investment, but not like not much.
I don't think they would have like insane investment numbers, yeah, but I feel like their skin would be durable. I think these guys are rowdy little skirmishers.
Well, I think their vestment numbers, or I think their vestment would be up there, but I think it wouldn't be because of their skin. Like, yeah, it has a little bit of extra oomph for their skin, but I think it leans more heavily on the speed and agility.
Speed and agility increases their vestment versus.
Yeah.
So they're not taking the hit, is what you're saying. They're just avoiding it.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Jaw tighten be like.
All right. So increase vestment. I'm thinking that they will be more lethal the more there are.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh.
I'm thinking that as the more that they are, they get stronger with more of them.
Explain to me what you mean, like how that would work mechanically.
So just like group fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So the more they are, then the stronger they are. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They get
I can see that.
They get an emotional boost or whatever from having their allies around them.
They get an emo boost.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, look, Wahoo does it.
I mean,
That's right.
yeah,
That's
I
right.
guess. I could see that working. Yeah.
All right. So I think that is it.
The water ones are gonna be bigger, right? That's the plan.
Yes, they'll be bigger.
Heck yeah.
Yes. I mean, they'll essentially be the same thing. They'll just be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You know,
All right.
4 foot bigger palette. Okay, whatever.
Maybe a foot or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to send us out?
I can do it if Anthony doesn't want to.
I'm still getting used to the I'm still trying to be a lore master in training. Show me how it's done, Uriah.
Okay. Cam fam, thank you for joining us for another installment of our Creature Creation Station. It's been fun. Be sure to check us out on our social media. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, and Discord, EverLoreGame. We love the community, we love the conversation, and we love you, Cam fam. Also, be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel. That's EverLoreGame. Put that in the search bar. Go ahead and subscribe, like our videos. But be sure to hit the bell so you're notified whenever we upload one of those videos. Also, if you want to get you some merch or a Traveler's Compendium or something like that to get you started playing your own game, check out our site, ManChildLTD.com, where we have things like that in store for you. And last but not least, we stream live on Mondays and Thursdays, okay? 6:45 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday nights. And that's twitch.tv/Essence of EverLore. And then if you want to see Wahoo get into some shenanigans, you better check us out on Thursdays, twitch.tv/EverLoreGame. And that's 6:50 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cam fam, it's been fun. It's been real. But remember, no matter who you are,
This game is for you.
See you later,
right.
Cam.
Peace out, Cam fam.
Peace, Cam fam.
All right, guys.